Awesome.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, this is our Teamzy call. We're going to hear from Eric tonight. But before we do that, I just wanted to cover a few things before we get into that. It's a new month. I just posted the September calendar, and I just, normally we celebrate Success Club, top recruiters, rank advancements, but you know what? I don't want that to be the only part of success for our team. I actually want to give 3 different recognitions and shout outs tonight. So the first shout out that I want to give is to all of the people, all the women who are showing up at like 4:30 their own time to get in their workouts. Okay. Shanna, she's actually on the call right now. She's my workout buddy in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. She's a full-time employee. She is getting up and owning her day. Like, I just get chills thinking about it. That is incredible. Okay. That is a why that like she wakes up for a reason. I also want to give a shout out to Mertice and Katie Keys, who are waking up just as early. I feel like 4:30 Central Time, 5 a.m. Shanna, like Sarah, Quinlan, you're showing up in the morning, like all these virtual gym ladies, Tracy, I feel like all of you who are waking up and you're doing those virtual gyms, how cool is that? That is chalk that up as a win. And maybe I don't know of some other virtual gyms that are going on, but I know that these past 2 weeks, there's been a lot going on, and I would have loved to just hit the snooze button because I have some workout buddies waiting for me. I show up, and that means more than you know. So way to go, you guys. We are health and fitness coaches. Keep showing up for yourself. I also wanted to give a shout out to my group, my Elevate group. Those of you who are in our ongoing group, we thank you for posting your meals. You're talking about your struggles. You guys meet people with the struggles. People want to know that they are not alone, and you're talking about how you're getting out of that. So way to go at posting. Even if you're in our morning meltdown group, post, double up just to show people that you're still there. So thank you for leading that with me. I also want to give a shout out to the coaches hanging in there with the morning meltdown. Raise your hand, please. Say who you are. Show who you are. You're posting still within the app, the morning meltdown crew. You are there in the trenches with us. I know I'm like workout 50 very soon. We're halfway there. So it's hard. Sometimes it's really hard, but we do hard. We do hard. We get through it. And the last thing that I want to say is I want to give a shout out to all my Back to Basics crew. We got Quinlan, we got Sarah, we got Shanna. Who else is on the call? Tracy, there are Michelle, Sarah. There are about 13 of us right now that are focusing on the basics. We are dialing in with their nutrition. You guys, if you are stuck with hitting Success Club and you just don't know how to move forward, dial in the nutrition. Use the tools that Beachbody has. I don't care if it's Teamy Mindset, UPF, using the tools that are on the BOD blog. If you are really following nutrition, if you're really following in with the workouts and following a calendar, and you're doing your personal development, that 4th vital behavior of inviting comes naturally. When you don't feel like a fraud, when you feel like you are doing the things, you're going to want to invite people because you're experiencing results. So don't underestimate the power of that. Okay. So I just wanted to say, I wanted to give that recognition where I feel like it's due. So, anyway, so, Shanna, can you go ahead and open up the call? I'm actually, I asked her to do a little fire starters. I'm so glad she did because, I don't work full time anymore. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I think the majority of our team, you guys, includes full-time employees, part-time employees, and sometimes you feel like a hot mess. And so I am so glad that you did that because it's good to hear from so many different people. So go ahead.
Okay. So hi guys, I'm Shanna. So I found Teamzy through actually another Beachbody coach. And I just wanted to share it with you guys, being a full-time working mom, traveling like crazy, trying to build a side business, and really feeling like I was all over the place. I would laugh. I should have had him out. I had so many different planners and journals and systems that I was trying to figure out which one was right for me. And it just was not working. And people were I wasn't following up with people. I was forgetting about people. And then I found Teamzy, and I did the 30-day, I think it was a trial for 30 days, and it was a game changer for me. I found people that was missing in my own challenge groups, people that, wanted help that I completely forgot about, that I was able to follow up with. And being so busy and obviously, working a lot, it was an easy way for me to jump onto my computer, get my power hour done, and close it down for the day. Because I don't know, sometimes you feel like you can just keep going and you're all over the place. It really helped me focus in on what I needed to do to grow my business. And I've been with Teamzy probably for about 3 months now, and I've been able to hit Success Club every single month. I've been able to help way more people than I have in the past. And it just really helped me stay really focused on what I needed to get done. So that's why I asked Eric if he could come on and share a little bit about Teamzy with you guys. And I hope it helps you as much as it helped me. So Eric.
Awesome. I love that. Good job. That's great.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Here's what I'm going to do tonight before I just go off on a ramble. Let me stay focused. My name's Eric Johnson. As I said, creator and CEO of Teamzy. I'm excited to be here. What I'm going to show you guys tonight, I'll show you this software application. It was built specifically for Beachbody coaches, for your business. Okay. We've grown to represent more than 80 different networks now, but this was designed for Beachbody coaches. So I'll kind of tell that a little bit in the backstory. What it will do is, as Shanna was telling you, you get everything done in an hour a day or less. Okay. And you're going to love it. But not only that, it's also based on a specific way of doing business. Relationships focused. No icky salesperson tactics. None of that stuff that makes you feel weird or alienates your friends or family. I'm going to teach you a little bit about that tonight. Teamzy is based on the concept that relationships are more important than the sale. And it makes doing the business actually a lot of fun. So what I want to do is I'm going to take you through just a little kind of basics teach on relationship marketing as the system Teamzy is based on. And then I'll show you Teamzy, how easy it is to set it up. And then I'll take you through a power hour, how to do it. You guys are going to really love it. And then we'll do Q&A at the end. Sound good? Okay. And I am going to go fast. We are recording, so don't worry. I know that it will feel like you're taking a sip of water through a fire hose at times because I want to pack as much value in here as I can. All right, so let's go. Let's see here. Let's make sure everybody's muted just in case. All right. So this is what I want to talk to you about first, which is how to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. This is going to be your hashtag that you guys love to use after tonight using Teamzy, power hour boss. So the thing is about relationships, we all believe in them, but you got to have a system to it, right? You got to have a system to it. So just to give you a little background on me, my background is in business coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach for the past 16 years, helping people build their business. And that's been kind of like my full-time career. I actually, about 5 years ago, stumbled across Beachbody. It's kind of a funny story. I actually bought P90X one time when they had it at Costco. I don't know if you guys remember, but they actually did like a run of it at Costco, and I bought it and I had it for like 5 years before I actually really used it. I was one of those people. And so I had a good friend who had been a Beachbody coach from the beginning, and I decided, okay, I'm going to really do it. So I called him up. I got some Shakeology and I did P90X. I did it every day. I didn't miss a day. And so I lost 60 pounds in one round. Isn't that crazy? And here's kind of like a before and after that I used to use back when I was a Beachbody coach. That kind of changed my life. And I was so excited about Beachbody, but I wasn't a Beachbody coach. I was just telling everybody, go to Beachbody. My wife told me, you're a dummy, go be a Beachbody coach. You get paid for that. So I finally signed up for Beachbody to be a Beachbody coach. The problem that I had, guys, was that I just felt like I didn't have any time. I had a full-time career, family, 4 kids. I just felt like there was no hours in the day to do this business. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. I know Shanna was talking about that a little bit today. And so I started thinking, okay, I looked at my calendar. I really looked at it. I said, I could dedicate 1 hour a day to this. Now, as a consultant who helps people build businesses, I knew that I could do this business in an hour a day if I could leverage that time and be really efficient with it. So what I did was I started looking for tools to help me leverage my time. I started looking around thinking there must be something out here for our industry, right? And I did find a couple of things here and there, but they were nothing that I needed. They weren't based on building relationships. They weren't easy to use. Oh my gosh. How many of you guys have to use CRM at work and you're just like, ugh. Like I didn't like it, I just wanted something easy to use. So anyways, I started talking to some guys that I knew who had helped me build a software platform for the real estate industry a couple years before. And I said, I have this great idea. I want to build this thing for Beachbody coaches. I think it's a great little niche. And they agreed to build it with me. And so we built Teamzy. Just so you guys have an idea, we built Teamzy and we launched it. It'll be 4 years this December that we launched it, just to Beachbody coaches. And in just over 3 years, just kind of give you some background on the platform, we've had more than 80,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is just like blows my mind because seriously, guys, we built this on a napkin at a Panera Bread and launched it with a $200 Facebook ad. It's just taken off, and it's just story by story. People like Shanna sharing her story. I found this and oh my gosh, it was a game changer. And that's how we've grown. And just to give you an idea of, as far as results, the people who've been using Teamzy consistently, they've been averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Okay. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. So that's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So I'll show you guys that, how you could get those results today in my demo. I used Teamzy for a year before, compliance said you can't do Teamzy and Beachbody. And I have to tell you that in that year, kind of doing my 1 hour a day, I hit Success Club every single month. So I know this works. I know you guys will love it. So let's get back to this content. What is relationship marketing? It's kind of a buzzword these days. You hear people using these words a lot, but I find that nobody really talks about the system that I want to tell you about tonight. People think it's just selling things to your friends or, whatever. I want you guys to understand that relationship marketing is a system and a philosophy that puts the relationship ahead of the sale. It's just an approach to the business, right? We put the relationship above the sale. By building relationships, we create a business that's sustainable and fun. But I also want you to know that it's a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system, okay? That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Kind of a boring definition, but it's important because marketing Beachbody workouts and nutritional products, that's not your job, you guys. You're business owners. The business owner's role is to generate leads for the business. You're in the lead generation business. It's a mindset shift. I want you guys to shift your mindset. That's your job, is to generate new leads for the business. Here's the next principle though. With relationship marketing, developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. In other words, I want you to generate leads, i.e. meet people so that you can build relationships with them. Oh, that's pretty simple, right? But why is it more important to build a relationship than to sell somebody or to recruit them? It's more important because we turn relationships into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. I'm going to explain to you why that's so important in a second. Just real quick, next one. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't going to work. How many of you have come across somebody in direct sales, network marketing, that's a jerk? Yeah, or at least they came across that way, right? Because maybe they were listening to the wrong trainers. And relationship marketing depends on trust, which means that you get to be authentic, you get to be you. You can't do anything tricky or deceitful or deceptive or slightly disingenuous, or this doesn't work. How many of you are relieved? My biggest problem was when I started my business, I had no idea how to do this. And I felt like everybody who knew was telling me to do things that made me really uncomfortable. Kind of a funny story. I don't know if I have time for this. I'm just going to tell you real quick. So you guys, so just to kind of give you my story, I was only Beachbody coach for 2 years because the Teamzy I had to, and the compliance rules, I had to stop doing it. But I have to tell you, when I signed up for Beachbody, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did my first month, I ranked up to diamond. And I didn't know that was a big deal. I went to the national convention, the summit. It was like 2 weeks later. I went and they gave me this medal and it said Diamond Coach. And people were like, "How long have you been coach?" And I said, 4 weeks. And people were like, "What? And you're a diamond?" I go, "Yeah, it's like the first rank, right?" And they're like, "How?" I've been doing, so anyways, I didn't know what I was doing. And then Beachbody put me in this group with other diamond coaches. Do you guys still do that? And they have like somebody from corporate that helps and coaches. So they put me in this group with these other diamond coaches. And I realized really quickly that I didn't know a thing. Like they were talking about commission levels and stuff. I had no idea how the comp plan worked. I had seen a video with Amy Silverman. She said, "Hey, if you're just signing people up and putting people in your challenge group, you'll be fine." I was like, "Great, that's all I'll do." And the checks came in, right? So I get in this group and they're like, "Everybody take a training topic and you're going to teach the group this training topic." Well, I think I was the last one to go to the file. So I ended up with recruiting. It was the one that nobody wanted to touch. And so guess what I taught on recruiting? I taught kind of what I'm teaching you guys tonight about making connections and relationships and talking to your customers and getting them to introduce you to people. And I have to tell you that everybody on that call, a lot of them, they thought I was an alien. They thought this was the weirdest approach ever, right? Because it's not something that's being taught in our industry. And so some of those people on that call are still some of my really great friends. Like we made great connections and they became some of the first Teamzy users, but we've 80,000 people in this system now. Now people are signing up for my trainings. But the thing I want you guys to know is when I was talking about like how we create advocates, the traditional approach to this business is you reach out to people and when they say no, you move on to the yeses, right? Have you guys heard that? I just need to go through more no's to get more yeses. In relationship marketing, those no's, like we're not done with them. They're going to become our advocates. An advocate is somebody who brings people to your business. If I reach out to Shanna and say, "Hey, I'm doing Beachbody, it's so great, changed my life. Oh my gosh, you want to do it?" She says, "No, thanks." No worries. I'm going to tell her, "Hey, no worries. You know what? I'm on a mission to help people. I know you know people I can help. I need you to keep me in mind and make sure you're introducing me to people I can help." She's going to go, "Okay." And I'm going to keep working on her. Because you know what my idea is, and I want you guys to think this way. Every person you meet will either become your customer, they will become a coach on your team, or they will bring coaches and customers to you excitedly because they want to help your mission. It's a different approach. Does this make sense? And then people who say no, I had a good friend of mine who said no. She brought me 12 qualified people into my challenge groups in the same year. How's that for a no? Not interested, Eric. Great. Who do you know that I can help? Oh, actually, I know a few people you can help. Perfect. Okay. Do you guys get this? It's all about relationships. All right. Let me get back into this. Sorry. That was one of my little tangents. I might have a couple. No promises that I won't do it. So here's the principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Trust makes the work fun. When people trust you, you get right to helping them, right? You get right to helping them. You don't have to convince them or sell them. Trust takes the ickiness out of this process. Nobody's going to ever think of you as an icky salesperson when you're focused on building trust with them. And you get to, oops, and I skipped the last point on that one was you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes instead of no. Instead of going for no, you're going for yeses with trust, with relationship marketing. Okay. So how do you build trust? I'm going to teach you really quickly how to do it. Okay. Then we'll jump into Teamzy and I'll show you how functionally to reach out and connect with through the app. Okay. So how do you build trust? There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. I'll break them down quickly and then I'll explain them for you. Number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Okay, competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, some of these might sound familiar to you guys. So let's talk about chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This is an easy one, right? Ask some questions. Find out what you have in common. You need to connect with people. Okay? I like to think of it like this. Nobody wants to do business with someone they don't like. And everybody wants to do business with a friend, right? And so you just got to listen. And this is so important, guys. And this may be obvious. So forgive me for stating the obvious over and over in this call tonight. but we need to be interested in what they need and not just talking about ourselves, right? That's how we build chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable, right? This is why Beachbody makes this so great, because you're sharing your journey. And some of you, like me, had a pretty dramatic journey, which is cool. You know, you get to share that because that makes you relatable. I got to tell you guys a quick story about my friend Beverly. My friend Beverly, she was a career military officer in the military. It was her passion. She loved serving the military. And then after about 15 years in the military, she suddenly got sick. Started out with fatigue, and then they diagnosed her with chronic fatigue, which, you know, is a way of saying we don't know what's wrong with you. And then she started getting kind of half of her face was paralyzed, and they found out she had muscular dystrophy. And so they kicked her out of the military on a disability discharge, and her dream of being in the military for her career was over. Now, kind of cool. Beverly discovered nutrition, and she changed her nutrition basically, and the MS, her disease disappeared. She's perfectly healthy. Isn't that cool? Through nutrition and changing her lifestyle. And she is like an amazing, strong, powerful woman. And recently she reached out to me. She says, Eric, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I just don't think people relate to me. And I said, tell me your story. And she told me that story of just what I just told you guys. Isn't that an amazing story? I would have never guessed that because she doesn't tell the story. She shows people what an amazing, powerful woman she is. I said, you're not relatable. I said, your frail self is what people relate to. You need to share your frailty, not just your strength, right? That's where our strength comes from. So anyways, demonstrating your care. How are you relatable to people? It's important. Your character is everything in this business. How many of you guys want to do business with people or businesses that have character, good character? Do you guys find yourself stopping, not doing business anymore with a company when you find out they don't have good character? So in our business, because we live out in the open on social media, everything, your character is constantly on display, everything you do. And so I want you to think about, how are you demonstrating character? Notice something about my definition. You don't actually have character. It's not something you have, it's something you have to do every day. So how are you demonstrating character? When you post on social media, how are you demonstrating your care for other people? How are you showing them that you're relatable? Honestly, guys, when you're driving your car down the street, are you showing your character? Right? Are you, right? You know, I saw somebody the other day at Target unload her groceries, and she had a huge sticker on her back window for her network marketing business. It wasn't Beachbody. And then she left her shopping cart perilously close to my car and drove away. And I'm looking at her name and her business on the back of her car going, what a lack of character, right? Think about it. Everything you do needs to demonstrate character. And when you start getting intentional about it, it really will change the timber of your business. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and a business person. First piece of this is, hey, if I want to be your customer, do I believe you can actually help me with my problem? If I need to lose weight, can you help me? If I need help with my nutrition, can you help me? Right? Are you competent? I know some of you are probably newer coaches. Maybe you're not as competent as Heather is. So your job is to get competent, right? And to share that journey as you go. Hey guys, I just learned something cool today. Did you know this? You know, did you know that? I used to love, you know, one of my favorite people of all time, and I know you guys know who he is Darren O'Lean. He's like one of my mentors, right? He's super cool. And so I would learn things from him and share them. Hey, did you know that feeding your kids watermelon helps them resist sunburn? Did you guys know that? I learned that from Darren O'Lean. Isn't that cool? Like, you got to be sharing that competence as you're growing. People don't expect you to be a nutritional or fitness expert on day one. Maybe you haven't gotten there yourself. Share the journey, show the competence as you go, right? But the other thing you can do is also, you need to lean into the competence of your team. Tell them about the people that you're inspired by on your team so that they know you're in good company. The second piece of competence is, I need to know, you know, do I believe you could sponsor me into this business and I could be successful with you? Are you showing me what I need to feel that? right? It's a big deal. And again, if you don't have that competence yet, you need to be leaning into the competence of your upline. You need to be telling people about how amazing your upline is constantly. You need to be telling them about the team and the culture, because they'll be joining the team, not just you, right? So again, when you're bringing new people in, say, lean into us. You don't have to pretend to be something else. Let's be honest. You're going to go to your friends and family first, and they've seen you with your pants on backwards. They don't believe you anyways yet. They need to know you're with some competent people. Chemistry, character, competence. The first three ways we build trust. I need you to be so intentional about these every single day, right? How am I doing this? How am I showing up in my business? There's a principle behind these three, and then we'll jump on number 4, which is this. When someone's going to do business with you, they only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me, and are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me, and are you good at what you do? Okay. When they don't know the answer to one or more of these questions, you will get objections. When they do say yes in their hearts to all 3 of these questions, you've got an advocate. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Because once you have an advocate, now you have somebody building your business for you. So awesome. Okay, number 4 is consistency. Consistency. Oh yeah, how to do consistency. At least you guys understand this. This is why I love talking to Beachbody coaches. You got to be consistent, right? Nobody's going to believe you. No one's going to trust you if they don't see you being consistent. Here's a great principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Not only do people need to see you being consistent. Look, when I put on Facebook 5 years ago, I'm going to do P90X, guys. Hold me accountable. I'm not going to miss a day. How many people believed me? I don't think anyone believed me. Probably my wife didn't even believe me. Let's be honest. But when I was at about day 80, how many people thought I would finish? Right? After 80 days of being consistent, posting every day. It was amazing. People need to see that consistency, and then they want to be part of it. People are drawn to it. Oh my gosh, consistency. We respect it and desire to be around it. How many of you have been told by somebody that you're inspiring? They find you inspiring. Why do you think you're inspiring? I mean, it's so humbling, isn't it? But I'll tell you why you're inspiring people. They see you being consistent. That's inspiring. People are desire to be around it. So being consistent not only builds trust, but it will draw people to you and draw people to your business, which is super cool, because everybody knows they want to be more fit or more healthy, but they don't know how they could ever be consistent. When they see you doing it, they want to be part of that. Does that make sense? All right, so let me just ask you guys a couple questions. How many of you guys are consistent? Oh, wait, see, I jumped ahead of myself here. I blew my cover. How many of you are really good about, how many of you drink Shakeology every day? Let me see the hands on that one. That one's an easy one, right? Everyone says yes. Okay, how about workouts? Consistent on your workouts. By the way, in Teamzy every day, you have to check it off when you had your shake, and you have to check off that you've done your workout. Otherwise, it drives you nuts, right? How many of you post on social media daily? You share your journey and your story with others. Okay, good. Well, see, notice not everybody raised their hand on that one, which is okay. Obviously, it's something we want to do. I did notice the leaders are raising their hands, though. Just something to pay attention to, guys, right? Okay, so the next question is this. This is the important one. How about with your relationships? How many of you are good about staying in touch consistently with all the people you know? Oh, good. I got the right audience. I can help you guys. I can help you guys. This is good. That's the question, right? Are you as consistent with your relationships, right? Posting on social media. You know, when I started my business, posting on social media made it feel easy because I got some results right away, and then not so much, right? Here's what we need to remember. Relationship building is a contact sport, which means you need to be in regular contact with people. If I was a consultant on your business one-on-one, what I would tell you is, if you want to be successful, you need to figure out everyone you know and stay in regular contact with them. But I know your time is scarce. Here's the principle. Okay, this is my big principle, then we'll get to Teamzy. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. This is a really important one. Let me just talk to you guys about this really quick. Just real fast. Here, I'm going to put you on gallery so you can see your faces. How many of you have ever received a card or a letter or something from somebody that you care about with like the handwritten message, and it was beautiful? It just touched your heart. Have you guys ever received a card like that from somebody you care about? Hopefully everybody, right? If you haven't, put your address in the chat and we're going to all write you one. It's important. Okay, quick question. How many of you still have that card? Do you have a place where you save these special cards and you keep them? Everybody does. Look at that. Hard to throw them away, isn't it? Even when you watch the Marie Kondo show and you're like, I need to get rid of those. You just can't do it. Here's what's amazing about them too, is if you went and pulled one of those cards out tonight, some random one, maybe from years ago, I bet it would have a stronger impact today than it did the first time you got it. Here's the other thing that blows me away about this is when we pass away, that's often what is most treasured by our family. I bet maybe some of you even have a card or a letter that belonged to somebody that you loved who's not with us anymore. What an incredible, lasting, valuable impact they are. Now, here's another question. Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. This one happens to be from my life insurance salesperson. My dentist usually sends me one every once in a while too. You guys ever get something like this? Do you have any of these in that special place where you've saved all those cards? These go in the trash, don't they? Almost immediately. Is it nice to get one of these? It's nice, but this goes right in the trash. Doesn't have the same value. Now think about this. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen a relationship. This took no time. No investment of time required, so it has very little value. And it is bulk. It's a bulk mailing. It's not a personal connection. It violated the two principles. That's why we don't value it. Does this make sense? Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. How many of you have been seduced by the very sexy term marketing automation? Wouldn't it be great if you could automate your marketing? Have you guys ever heard that term? Like, I want to put my marketing on autopilot. This is what marketing automation feels like for the receiver. It's just something you need to understand. Now, do you think that my life insurance salesperson, sorry, it's upside down. I don't know. That might bother some of you. Do you think he might get a policy once in a while from this? I bet he does. It's probably worth doing, right? Or he wouldn't do it. But do you think this is going to build your business? See, we want to live in the other place, the impactful place. By the way, it's more rewarding too. So do you need to be writing people cards and letters all day long in your business? No, absolutely not. Though, if you can think of a reason to handwrite somebody a card, you should do that because they will save it forever, right? But even just being intentional about messaging somebody one-on-one from the heart, Facebook Messenger or direct message on Instagram or a text message, it'll take you a couple of seconds, though that is real time invested, and it will make their day. And I'm going to show you how with Teamzy, we make it super easy for you to connect with, say, 20 people a day in 15 minutes. Just making people's day. We call it the make someone's day mindset. It's step one for building your business. Make sense? All right, so let's jump in here really quick. So this is all well and good. I know you guys are still here, so you must like some of the things I'm saying. You're like, yep, I agree with this stuff. But here's the important piece, you guys. You got to have a system. You can't just have philosophy. You have to have a system. You have to have a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, know when you're going to contact them and when you're not going to. Basically have a system that just says, hey, here are the people you need to reach out to, right? Know what you're going to say so you don't spend all day staring at your screen trying to think of the perfect message. How many of you are guilty of that sometimes? That was totally me. And I'll show you what I did to overcome that. I'll share it with you. And then make sure that nobody's falling through the cracks. This is the biggest problem. In our business, 80% of the people fall through the cracks, you guys. Isn't that nuts? I have to tell you guys, as I'm going to pull up Teamzy right now, we're going to set it up. I actually went to a Super Saturday when I was a Beachbody coach, and there was a Superstar Diamond coach, or I don't know if she was Superstar at the time. She was 15-star Diamond coach at the time. And she said, she was successful and people were coming to her, which was awesome. And she said something like, someone asked her about follow-up. She goes, I follow up 3 times. Then I'm like, next, I don't have time to follow up with you if you don't respond to me. And I was like, wow. So she really is throwing away 80% of her leads. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. And I remember going, is there any way I could get those people that you said, see you later to? I'd love to follow up with them, right? The thing is, though, is that in our business, if you don't have a system, I'm going to show you right now, it's really easy to lose people. It's really easy to let them fall through the cracks, right? All right, so here's Teamzy. Here's first and foremost, guys, if you're not already using Teamzy, haven't heard of it, go to teamzy.com and start a free trial. It's free for 30 days. We don't charge you. We don't ask you for your credit card, nothing. I want you to use it for 30 days. Here's why. After 30 days, Teamzy's $29.99 a month, right? The commission on one bag of Shakeology. So if you go use this for 30 days, I have no doubt you'll make Success Club that month. Actually use it the way I'm going to show you today and pay for Teamzy. That's it. And you're going to be in love. Okay. It's going to be a game changer for you. So I want you to have a full month so you can get in there. If you've got no money, you can get in there and create income for free. Make sense? Okay. So once you log into your free trial, this is the first page you'll see. It's the setup wizard. It just makes it really easy to set up Teamzy. I'll take you through it. There's a little video from me there. We'll skip that. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is set your income goal. Set your income goal. How much money do you want to be earning a year from now? Okay. So you can see I set mine at 150,000. You can actually slide this. When you slide it up, you have to do more work. See those activity numbers jumping up? And when you slide it down, you have to do less work. Teamzy actually knows exactly what you need to do every day to hit your goal in 12 months. How cool is that? How many of you just want to know what you need to do every day to hit your goal? Now you know. Now you know. Okay, so my goal was actually 150,000 because that was my salary when I became a Beachbody coach. I wanted to replace it. So at 150,000, what Teamzy is telling me I need to do every day is connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches on my team. 19 people a day. Now, just really quick, there's a little note here. If you're already a 6-figure earner or beyond in Beachbody, then you're going to set your goal based on the difference, the amount of growth you want, not the total number. So if you want to grow it by 100 grand this year, then your goal is 100 grand. Make sense? Okay. All right. So let's go on to the next thing. So I've got that set up. Now we're going to get all your contacts into Teamzy. Now what's really cool is it's really easy. You can get all your back office contacts into Teamzy, your coaches, your customers. You can get your Facebook friends, the whole list into Teamzy. You can get your Instagram list into Teamzy. The goal is to get everybody in one place, organized. Okay, so you're not like digging through your phone or looking for pads of paper or sticky notes somewhere in your house with somebody's contact information. Get everybody in one place, organized. That way Teamzy can intelligently tell you who to connect with next, and they have everybody. You can't miss anybody. Make sense? So once you get everybody loaded up into Teamzy, then you're pretty much ready to launch it. And so what I want to do now is, so here's the Teamzy dashboard. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll just show it to you really quick. And then we're going to do one more thing for setup and we'll do our power hour. So when you come into Teamzy, this is the computer view, right? There's a phone view too. If you're on your phone, it's a little bit different. But our today's activities, these are the goals for today. Now Teamzy is based on a 5-day-a-week work week. So this is what you need to do 5 days a week for 12 months to hit your goal, okay? So I need to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 coaches. You can see they're all zeros. I haven't done anything yet. My goal is to do 3 invites a day and 3 adds to my list every day. You guys know this stuff, right? So I'm going to connect with 19 people, but I'm only going to invite 3. That's because we don't cold invite with relationship marketing. We develop interest by having conversation first. Make sense? So out of 19 conversations, I'm going to create opportunities to invite 3 people. Okay, so down here is where I do my power hour. Oh, and here are your dailies, right? You need to click. Some of you are going to have to start posting every day, so you can click off that box that says social posts. You just got to do one, right? Personal development. Did you drink your shake? Did you do your workout, right? You can add more things to this too, by the way. You can add whatever you want. You can put your devotional time on there. You can remember to walk your dog, kiss your spouse, whatever you want to do. Okay. I used to put kiss my spouse on here as a joke, and then I would tell my wife that I needed a kiss so I could check off my Teamzy list. So there were times when she was like, I don't want to kiss you right now, but I was like, I have to get 100%. You have to help me. It was really good for the marriage, actually. So you might want to try that one. Or maybe you don't want to try that one. I don't know. It's up to you guys. So the power hour section is where we do our power hour. This is designed to make you super efficient. Again, it removes the thinking and the worrying and the overthinking and the planning. You just get to work, right? So I put my whole list in here. Teamzy creates my list. I start by connecting with prospects, and it gives me 5 at a time on purpose, so I can stay focused, don't get overwhelmed. So first I'm going to connect with my prospects. The right-hand side is where I log it as I go. Then I connect with my customers. Then I connect with my coaches, and then I do my follow-ups. Easy, right? I'll show you how it works in a second. Now, before we dive in here and do this, let me just show you something one more thing we need to do for setup. You notice that next to everyone's name is a number. Okay, and so this is their rating. We call it their rank. It's basically like a 5-star system like you would use on Yelp. right? Or Amazon or whatever. We rate people 5 stars. This is important because what happens is Teamzy needs to know how to create your list for you. So the rating enables Teamzy to intelligently create your list for you so you don't have to think about it. So let me just jump over to the team page and show you how we do this. The team page is where your full CRM, your whole list is here. See, everybody's here, okay? And I'm gonna turn on, so you can see there's Maynard and there's his star rating. Okay, so if I turn on rank mode, it actually activates it for the whole list. So what I would do when I was setting this up is I'd get all my people into Teamzy, and then I would scroll down my list and rate everybody, right? So let me explain, and to change someone's rate, you just click on it and it's automatically done and saved. Let me explain to you what these ratings mean, and then I'll show you how to do it. So a 5-star person, that's somebody that you think is most likely to become a customer or a coach, right? Or they're an existing coach or customer that you love. They're like your rock stars, right? These are going to be 5-star people are going to be your closest friends, your closest family, your favorite people in the world are 5-star people. Okay. They show up on Teamzy automatically just to connect and make their day. Every 30 days, they come back. Every 30 days, automatically. You don't have to think about it. You know, like I put my mom in here to remind me just to always be in touch. It's great. You put family in here. It's good, right? It keeps you in touch with people. I've had a lot of people message me and saying, I feel like such a better friend now that I'm using Teamzy. That's good. That's the way they feel about you too. 4-star people, this is somebody that you feel is likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing. Okay, the 4-star people, or they're like, you know, the solid people on your team, your customers that are good customers. They're just not like your total rock stars. 4-star people are your friends and family, not your inner circle. 4-star people show up on the list automatically every 60 days. So 5 stars every 30 days, 4 stars every 60 days. 3 stars, they could go either way. You just don't know with a 3-star. A 3-star shows up in your list every 90 days. Now, when you put people in Teamzy, they automatically show up as 3 stars because 90% of the people you know are going to be 3 stars. You don't know. Okay? Does it make sense? So what's going to happen? And then 2 stars are getting colder. They show up every 120 days. So the more stars they have, the more often. So let's say you set up Teamzy and you know 3,000 people, you put them all in Teamzy and you're like, I hate Eric Johnson because now I have to go through this list and rate everybody by stars. Just remember, everybody's already 3 stars and 90% of them will stay at 3 stars. Okay? So that means what I want you to do is just scroll your list, and when you see somebody you feel great about, you rank them up to 4 or 5. Okay? Just from the gut. This is important because then those people will show up first in Teamzy, so you can start with the best people. This make sense? Okay, so once you've got that done, you're ready to go, and you can go out to the dashboard and start connecting with people. So now we're ready to go. We're going to do our power hour. So here's our power hour module that I told you about. The first person on my list is Shanna. I'm going to message her. She's my top 5-star person today. And so I'm going to message her, and you can message people however you're comfortable or wherever you know them, wherever you connect with that person. I'm going to demonstrate with Facebook Messenger because that's where I do most of my messaging. I love Messenger because the response rate is close to 100% for me on Messenger. So with 3 stars, it'd probably be about 50%. But still, that's an amazing response rate. So I'm going to message her. I've got Facebook open right here. I'm going to send messages from there. And this is where I used to get stuck. Great. What am I going to say to her? How am I going to message her without being weird or creepy or salesy? And so over time, I developed these really simple scripts. They're just icebreakers, really. They're not salesy. They're just relational scripts. And we built the whole scripts library into Teamzy for you. It's there. Even on a free trial, it's there for you. So you just go to scripts right here. Okay. And I'm going to get one for Facebook. Great. And I'll just take the first one off the list, connect number 1. Here's how it reads. It says, hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Super simple, okay? And the key to breaking the ice with somebody is not to overthink it. So I'm going to copy that script. What I'm going to do is just paste it in here so that I can edit it, right? Put the right name in. Just a little pro tip. Always put somebody's actual first name in your message when you're reaching out to them, okay? There's a couple of reasons. One is, there's a lot of psychological reasons for it. But also, like you could change all your scripts to say, hey, girl, or hey, sweetie, or something like that, right? And save yourself 10 seconds a day. But Facebook might think that if you're sending the same exact message over and over and over, they might think you're doing something weird, and you might find yourself locked up for an hour, which is super annoying. All right, so look, I changed the name, and then I also like a couple of emoticons. So I'm going to use the script in Teamzy, but just add a couple of little emoticons to it for fun, right? How many of you guys are obsessed with emoticons in your messages? Be honest. I am. I love it. It's great. Hi, Shanna. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Emoticons ready to go. So I've highlighted that. I'm going to copy this and send it in Facebook now. It's super easy. There she is. Oh, what'd I do? She's got some security. It didn't let me send a message from the other page. It's okay though. Look, here we go. Boom, send, message sent. So now I can toggle back over to Teamzy and just log that. So I'm going to log it. See the big blue button that says log connect? That's how you log it. So now it's logged and recorded as we go. Now notice I've got 1 done on the board, 8 left. Next on my list is Heather. I'm going to message her. In fact, I'm just going to use that same connect message because it's a great one. Change the name. Do you guys see how quick and easy this is? Because it's just a hello message. It's not even a big deal. Even if they got it at the same time, they'd be like, oh, he said hello to me too. Do I know that many Heathers? There you go. We're cousins. Did you guys know that? We could be. You never know with Johnson. You never know. My family's been here since the very first ship. So I think that everyone named Johnson's related to me. We were at Jamestown Colony. Okay, hi Heather, just stopped my cell.
Hold on. I have Eric the Red as my ancestor.
There you go. Well, the other half is German and Viking, so we could be related 2 ways.
Okay, we're even.
We're probably cousins. Okay, here we go. There it is, send. So now I've got 2 of them sent, done. I'm going to toggle back to Teamzy and log that. Okay, Facebook message logged. 2 done. See how that circle's filling in blue as I go? That kind of gives me visual progress. I'm getting excited now. So now I'm just gonna message 1 more just for fun to Jay. Change the name. Now, you don't have to do this pasting into Teamzy first. You can go right to Facebook, but I will tell you I have sent the message with the wrong name before because I'm too rapid. So I was on one of these calls and somebody said, hey, if you do it in Teamzy, then you can't make that mistake. So I said, okay, it's 1 extra step, but I guess it's worth it to not send the wrong message. So there's Jay. Look, I looked her up. Do you guys see how quick and easy this is? Done. Sent. So now I've got 3 done. I'm going to log this one. That circle's filling in. When that circle goes all the way blue, I know I'm done with my goal for prospects for the day. Done. I don't have to keep going, though you may want to keep going. All right. So when that's done, I go to the next list, which is connecting with my customers. These are my customers. Now look, how many of you wish you were in better contact with your customers? Yeah, we all feel this way. Staying in regular contact with your customers, I just want you guys to know how powerful this is. There's 3 things. 1, it's good service, right? You all raised your hand. You want to be in better contact with your customers. This makes it easy, right? When they come up on the list, Meredith comes up, I'm just going to reach out and connect. I don't need to talk about Beachbody. I just need to connect. Does this make sense? I just need to be present. Have you guys ever been to an amazing restaurant and got great service? Does the server ask you to buy something every time they come by the table? No, they just check in, right? I'm just checking in. How are you? How's everything? Good? You doing great? Okay, great. I'm here. You don't need anything? Bye. Super easy. Okay. The second reason why you need to be in regular contact with your customers. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know if you know the statistic, but if you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. Did you get that down? If you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product, they retain longer. I've done calls like this for large teams, and they've done a 30-day Teamzy challenge, and the team volume goes up 20% in 1 month.
Can I just make a note on that? That's what I was telling Heather. Ever since I started with Teamzy, you guys, I wasn't in contact with my customers enough. And honestly, the ones that I've kind of fell off and I wasn't contacting, I started contacting them and they all signed up with Shakeology again because I've been following up with them because of Teamzy. So just a side note, it's helped me be, I feel like a better coach because I'm able to follow up with my current customers.
Absolutely. I think, to that point, Shanna, in Beachbody, the way you guys do challenge groups, and what happens is people do challenge group with you and they lose weight and they drink Shakeology, and then the challenge group ends and they kind of slide back into their old lifestyle, right? And then they get 3 bags of Shakeology in the cabinet and they cancel. Those people want to come back like every 6 months. So honestly, like that was my experience. It was like, hey, it's been a few months. Let's get you in another group. Then, okay, let me sign back up and get in the group. So it's like staying in touch, especially for you guys, staying in touch with customers is gold. Now, they retain longer and they order more products. So what happens is, I'll just tell you a quick story. I had a customer of mine. She was in a bunch of challenge groups. She was just, I let them go in my challenge group again and again and again if they were still getting Shakeology. Some people were in every single one. And she said, Eric, I love Shakeology. What other products should I get? She goes, just send me a list. And it kind of blew my mind, right? Because I was like, she goes, what are all the things that you like that you have? And so I sent her a list of all the different products. I told her to get do you guys still have those little blue mats that are all spongy and awesome? Like I said, you need to get this mat, you need to get this. And she was just like, okay, great. Send me the links. I'm ordering all of it. And it blew me away because I thought, my customers need to be, they need to be exposed to the fact that there's more. And what I want you guys to know is that when a customer is buying something and they like it, they get more. Does this make sense? How many of you have a pair of Lululemon tights? Did you? Okay. So Shanna and Heather, raise your hands. Do you have more than one pair? Yeah. I don't want to ask you how many. My wife has a ridiculous amount of Lululemon. It has its own room in our home. My point is, people.
Hold on. I need it. 25% off is what we get as coaches. Did you know
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
25% off.
Wait, I didn't know that. We do? We get 25% off?
Well,
yeah, you get on their Sweat Collective as a trainer.
Are you?
I'm a Sweat Collective.
Sweat Collective. You are on it too. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. I'm not a Beachbody coach anymore, but I didn't tell them. They kept it active. Yeah, it's awesome. So anyways, that was just an example. I'm not trying to push Lululemon, but yeah, that's one of the benefits of being a coach. You can get discount. You can become like a rep to represent different. Sometimes you can get it for shoes and stuff like that too. Okay, that was just a digression. When you're in regular contact with customers, they order more products and they retain longer. That's all. Okay. Next piece. How many of you can think of a couple of customers that you just love helping? Like they're just it's so rewarding to watch them grow and you just want more people like that. Can you guys think of somebody? Okay. Where do you go get them? Are those the people you're getting as free leads from Beachbody? Well, maybe sometimes, occasionally, right? But not usually. Where do you go get those people? Okay, I'm just going to tell you, again, stating the obvious, the best place to find a great customer is from a current customer. The best place to find a great customer is from a current customer. Okay, just picture it, you've got somebody, she's doing the whole nutrition thing. She's starting to lose weight, starting to look really good, confident. Picture that somebody at work going into the kitchen while everybody's crushing donuts that some vendor brought in. And your customer is making her Shakeology. She's pulling her little containers out. What are you doing? You look great. Oh, I'm doing this Beachbody thing. They are talking about Beachbody. Here's what we know about people who like something. They talk about it. True? So your customers, you guys all thought of somebody when I asked you who you like. That person's talking about Beachbody. The question is, are you getting introduced to the people they're talking to? Here's the statistic. 86% of people make purchasing decisions based on a friend's recommendation. Right? So their friend who they're watching get healthy and before their eyes is telling them they're doing Beachbody and it's awesome. And a lot of those friends are probably going to Google Beachbody and buy some of this stuff. And they're not going to go to you. Why? Because you're not in touch with the customers enough to get introduced. So you got to be in regular contact, be present. And then you can just ask, something like, hey, Shanna, I know Shanna's in my boot camp, so she's getting deeper training on this. Hey, Shanna, I know you're getting great results and I'm really proud of you. And I'm sure that you've probably told some friends about Beachbody. Is there anybody that you care about? Before I get too busy this month, is there anybody that you care about I need to get some more information to? She's going to go, yeah, I was talking to someone. Great. Could you introduce me to them, please? Just a group text message or a group chat. Just connect me so I can get them some more info and we'll take it from there. You got to get introduced. This is how you grow your business. It's faster and better than anything. And the people that she introduces me to will trust me already because they're friends of hers. Does it make sense? Oh, and hello, if she introduces 3 people to me, all of whom want to join my next challenge group, guess what Shanna just identified herself as? A great coach. Now I got to go back to her and say, thank you so much for introducing me to Heidi, Tanya, and Jenna. They're all interested in the next challenge group, which is amazing. Have you ever thought of being a coach? You might be great at this. You've already got 3 people interested. Are you guys with me? Step 1 is what you're missing. An easy way to stay in touch with customers. Okay. Now I know you get the free leads from Beachbody. You guys still get those? The free leads from Beachbody. You put them in Teamzy too. You just reach out to them. You have to reach out to them a million times before they respond. But every once in a while, you'll get a gem. You will get a gem from there. Every once in a while. Okay. And with Teamzy, it'll take you like 2 seconds. Does it make sense? All right. Last step is my coaches on my team. This is super important. You're going to connect with your coaches. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm running out of time here. You're going to connect with your coaches the same way. Just reach out, let them know you're thinking of them, you're proud of them. Is there anything I can do to make your day? Right? Send them messages. Again, every single section, whether customers or coaches, we've got specific scripts there that you can pull up. Okay. I got 3 messages today from people, random people that said, Eric, you're top of my Teamzy list today. How's everything going? And I loved it. And I always say it's an honor to be in your Teamzy list. That's pretty cool. Of all the people you want to keep a relationship with me. How neat is that? But I have to tell you guys, okay, do I have time for this? I still want to talk to you about following up, so I'm going to go fast. I was on the cruise ship into the Caribbean a few years ago. It was awesome. The Success Club trip. It was such a great trip. The whole ship was Beachbody coaches. Have you guys been on one of those? It's pretty amazing to be in a group like that. And at that time, people didn't know I was Eric. They were just like, that's the Teamzy guy, right? So people were like, hey, Teamzy guy. So it was like a joke. Like my wife was calling me Teamzy guy for the whole trip. But I was talking to somebody. She was somebody that had an amazing. She was 4 years in the business and was qualifying. That week, she was qualifying 8-star. Really successful. I mean, really impressive. She built it, and she didn't have Teamzy. Like she built it hard. Like she worked hard, And now she'd been using Teamzy, and we were just talking. And I said, who's your coach? And she told me who it was, and it was like one of the Beachbody celebrities. Superstar many times over type person. And I said, wow, that's really neat to be sponsored by her personally. I said, do you talk much to her? And she said, no. I mean, she goes, not really. She goes, I can set an appointment with her assistant if I need to. I mean, I was like thinking, man, wouldn't it be awesome to have somebody qualifying 8-star in your business? How many of you guys would be excited about that? Would you want to be in touch with that person? Here's the thing though, is that we feel like when the team gets big, it's hard to stay in touch with our team. And we lean on Facebook groups. We lean on Zoom calls. People need to hear from you. So you get in the habit now, make it easy. And I asked her, I said, how meaningful would it be if you got a text right now that says, hey, I saw you're qualifying 8-star. Just want to let you know how proud of you I am. And I was just asking her, because we were building Teamzy out, and I was just getting feedback. She started crying. The tears just came out. It was like one of those emotional thaws. She's like, I'm so sorry. I don't even know why I'm crying. I said, I guess the answer is that it'd be pretty meaningful, right? It'd be pretty meaningful. Here's the thing, guys. People are motivated by relationship. They're not motivated by money. They're motivated by relationship. They came into your team for the relationship with you, and they need to keep that relationship growing. That connection will keep them going when they're not seeing results and they need to persist. That connection is everything. And that's how you build the culture in your team. So use Teamzy, stay in touch with your team too. So our power hour looks like this. Connect with your prospects, connect with your customers, connect with your coaches. And we're just sending out messages, starting conversations. And then we're going to work our follow-ups list. Now notice there's nobody on my follow-ups list. So let me just show you how this works. So when I'm connecting with people just to make their day, people will respond, right? And as they respond, now I'm going to have a conversation with them. Oh, great to hear from you, Eric. Okay, awesome. Well, how are you? They tell me about your summer. What have you been up to? I'm going to try to have a conversation with people. Okay. And in the conversation, I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to try to figure out what needs they have, how I can help this person. Some of those conversations, let's just be honest, some of those conversations will fizzle out right away. They won't go far, which is fine, because that person will come back on Teamzy in a few months. I'll connect again. Each time I connect consistently over time, I build the relationship. The conversations get better. Make sense? But let's say I connect with let's say Shanna. Connect with Shanna. We have a great conversation, catching up on our summer. What have you guys been up to? She's telling me. How's work going? She's telling me. What am I going to do in the same conversation? I'm going to tell her about my summer, about my kids, about my work, my Beachbody business. Does this make sense? It's totally natural. It's not weird to talk about Beachbody when you're just having a conversation with somebody. I want you guys to understand that. That's the goal, is you're going to connect with people, make their day, start conversations. In those conversations, you're just going to have a great conversation. You're going to make them feel great about it. And then you're going to share what you're doing. Okay? And you're just going to share. I used to tell people, I don't know if you know, but I recently lost 60 pounds. You did? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. What'd you do? I did this Beachbody program. It was amazing. Nutritional program, workout program. It's been awesome. Wow, good for you. Right? And I'd say, well, you know, what's amazing about it for me is it changed my life. And so it's been something that I found I'm really good at helping other people do. I became a Beachbody coach, and now it's my passion to help more people do this. Wow, Eric, that's great for you. When you share what you do and why you're passionate about it, it's really easy to invite somebody. It's really easy to invite when you share what you do and why you're passionate about it. Make sense? So as I invite people, I'm talking to Shanna, she goes, wow, that's really cool. I go, would you like to learn more information? Now we actually have a group starting up in a couple of weeks. If you want more information, you can join with us. We work out together. We follow a nutrition plan. Wow, I would like some more information. Great. So now let me invite her. Let me show you how to do it. Now you'll notice that she's no longer on my dashboard because I already connected with her. She's not going to come back on my dashboard for 30 days unless I look her up. So I'm going to use this little lookup bar at the top of the screen. Right? It's going to bring her up. And I'm going to open the connect box. So as I'm talking to her now, I'm going to invite her to join my next challenge group. Okay. So did you see right here in the corner where it said invite? I actually toggled that down. I moved it off the default, which is just connecting, and I chose a type of invite. So in this case, it's a challenge group. So I'm inviting her to my challenge group. Now I'm going to follow up. So as I'm talking to her, let's say I'm going to follow up tomorrow. So now I'm going to set a follow up. See this little calendar? This is where I set my follow up. I can set it any time in the future. Right? And then I'm going to put in here what we talked about. Let's say it's 21-day fix. I don't know. You guys get the idea. Okay, so now I'm inviting her to my group, and I'm going to log that. So now it's actually put her on my follow-ups list. That removed her temporarily from my prospects list, and now she's on my follow-ups list. Do you see the follow-up there? And it logged an invite in Teamzy. Pretty cool. So now tomorrow when I do my power hour, I'm going to connect with whoever's up next on prospects, customers, then coaches. Then I'm going to see if I have any follow-ups due. Oh, Shanna's due. I need to send her a follow-up message. So I'm going to go to my scripts, and I'm going to get a follow-up message to send her. See, look where it says follow-up number 1. By the way, I put 10 follow-up scripts in here, numbered in order. So you can't really screw this up. So I'm going to copy that follow-up script. Here's what it says. It says, hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me, right? Get the name right. Do you guys see how easy that is? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go send that follow-up script to her in Facebook. Oh, there she is down here. She's already here. So I'm going to send her that script, send her that follow-up message, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay. And then I'm done. I'm going to go down my list. By the way, when I log that, when you log a follow-up, you always set a new follow-up. So let's say I'll follow up 2 days from now. Always set a new follow-up. You can actually leave yourself a note. I like to actually say what the next follow-up is going to be. It's going to be follow-up number 2. That way, when my follow-up list is long, I don't have to think. I just send the next message, right? So now she's on my follow-up list for Wednesday. I'll follow up with her again. Do you guys see how easy that is? Super easy, right? Now, really important, and this is the part I really wanted to talk to you about. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me. I know this has been long, but this is good stuff. The fortune is made right here in the follow-up. Everything that we've talked about so far, it's just fun. Oh my gosh, doing Teams is great. I'm reaching out to people. People are so excited to hear from me. It's so great. Now it's the important part. You've worked so hard to get them to the invite. Now the following up is where it happens. I want you guys to know a couple statistics. The first one is kind of painful to hear, but I'll walk you through it. Don't worry. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Right? Yeah. This is what this means. So you're inviting people to your challenge groups, 20% of them, I'm in. Within 3 follow-ups, they're in. And then the rest, crickets. How many of you have had somebody that was excited and then crickets? You got nothing back. Yeah, 80% of the people are like that. Crickets. Follow up again, nothing. Follow up again, nothing. Follow up again, nothing. Guess what happens? You start creating reasons in your mind that are not real on why they're not responding. Oh, her husband's a jerk. I heard that their money's tight. I saw something on Facebook. They're running out of money. Or her son's been sick. I saw it on Facebook. That must be it. Like, you start creating stories. It's not true. Here's what I want you guys to know. 80% of people are just wired this way. They just won't respond until the sixth or seventh follow-up will be their first response to you. Most people have given up. Okay. If you want this business to work, you have to have a system that keeps you following up. And guys, I know that most of you totally cringed when I said 7 to 10 follow-ups. Because why? Not because you're not using Teamzy, but because you're worried about being annoying, right? Yeah. So I'm going to teach you how to do it without being annoying. I'll teach you how to do it right now so people love it. They will thank you for it. But first, I want you to change your mindset. See, here's the thing. Let me just see your hands real quick if you agree with this statement. You're in this business to help people change their lives. Let me see how many of you guys, that's why you're here. Cool. Great. So I'm here to tell you that 80% of the people you could help, you won't help unless you follow up 7 to 10 times. This is why you need to understand this principle. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down somewhere and keep it in front of you as a kind of a mantra. You need to remember that following up is an act of love. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to be annoying. I'm going to teach you how to do it. First off, if you don't even want to listen right now, you can just go to bed and know that if you use my 10 scripts in Teamzy in order, they follow these principles. You'll be good to go. Okay. But here are the principles. Number one, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything. Now, when you invited them, you gave them a call to action, right? But now on a follow-up, you don't ask them to do anything. They don't have to call you. They don't have to text you. They don't have to RSVP. They don't have to do a thing. Why? Because when you give them homework, it's annoying. Okay? It's just you just have to assume you're going to have to follow up a lot. That's all. They don't have to do anything. You're going to keep following up. Number two, follow-ups always need to be able to, they have to be able to read your follow-up. You can't do a voice message or video for a follow-up. They have to be able to read it. And it has to be short. It has to be short enough they can read the whole thing without opening it. Because there's nothing more annoying than getting a message that you can't listen to right now because you've got a 3-year-old crawling up your leg. I don't know if I have one of those, so right? Or it's too long. You can't read the whole thing without opening it. You see that ... and you're like, oh, I can't read the whole thing, right? It's kind of annoying. Here's what you got to assume. Assume they can't open the message right now because they're busy, because most of the time that's the way they'll feel. However, no matter how busy they are, whether their kids are screaming, whether they're in the middle of making dinner and their hands are dirty, they are still going to look at their phone to see your message because we're addicted to it. So if it's short, sweet, and can be read on the lock screen of their phone, they're going to look at it and get the message. They won't open it. They may never open it. Why? Why don't you guys open messages? Because you're not going to respond right now, right? And you don't want to look like a jerk. So this is the way people think. So you just assume they'll never open your message, but they will always read them. You follow up, short, sweet, messaged, so they can see it, they can glance at it and get it. And here's what happens. I'm talking to Shanna about the challenge group. I'm telling her about my friend who just had a great experience in the last challenge group. I'm telling her about my experience. She's excited. I'm asking her what are her goals. I'm talking to her about what she wants to achieve, telling her that I think she could do it. She's excited. Then what happens? She goes back into her normal life. She gets that follow-up message from me. She sees it. She's excited again for about 2 seconds. And then her life distracts her, right? A couple days later, she sees my message. She's excited again for about 2 seconds and her life distracts her. What will happen is over time, I'll be present enough that it will become overwhelming. She'll need to respond and I'll get a response. And a lot of times it won't be till 6 or 7 times I followed up. So it might be now a month, 2 months in after she told me, yeah, I'm in your challenge group, right? That challenge group is long gone. And she'll say, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for following up with me. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your messages. This is the message you get. And now you get to restart the conversation. And they'll tell you, I couldn't respond because this happened, this happened, this happened. They'll unpack their life for you. We all have life happening, don't we? You just got to be present. So look, here's how it looks with Teamzy, you guys. This is how you can be Success Club legends forever in this business. You connect with people. You make their day. You listen for wants and needs. You invite. And then you keep them on that follow-ups list. Some people will convert this month. Some people will take months to convert. But every day you go in just for a little while. It takes you 30, 40 minutes to do a power hour in Teamzy. You reach out to all the people based on your goals and to start conversations. And then you look at who's due on your follow-ups list and you send them the next message. Just systemized care. Does this make sense? Okay, so then when Shanna signs up, here's how we do it. She signs up for, I go in the back office and she finally made her purchase, right? So I'm gonna go to her record on the team page. You can do it by looking her up or clicking on her name on the dashboard. And so I'm gonna click, that's not her. Whoops, here she is. All right, so I'm gonna click on sale. See where it says sale right next to her name? And I'm just gonna log that she got a challenge pack. So there's only a couple of choices, challenge pack, shake, or other. Okay, so I'm just gonna click challenge pack, just to keep it simple. Make sense? And then I'm going to save that. And right here, it says member type and it's prospect. I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna click on coach. Now she's a coach. PS means personally sponsored. Okay. Now Shanna's on my team in Teamzy. Pretty cool. And then what I'm gonna do on the tag is I'm gonna put I'm gonna just tag all the products that she's getting, right? Whatever, BOD. So that I know what she's using. Makes sense? So you can use tags to keep track of all the products they're using. This is pretty cool. And then also I might tag like what her favorite ones, favorite workout programs are, whatever. Okay, does this make sense? Cool, right? All right, and that's how it works. And it's just systemized. You just get in here every day, whether you're on your phone or your computer, you connect with whoever's up next and you work your follow-ups list. Now, just a couple pro tips on this, 2 pro tips, and then we'll do questions. 1, don't worry about the people who don't respond to you. About half the people won't respond to you. Don't worry about them. You don't have to set a follow-up or anything. They're going to come back automatically in Teamzy down the road. Make sense? So don't worry about them. The second thing that I recommend you do is when you do all the messaging that's going to happen as a result of connecting with people, it really helped me to set aside a couple of 30-minute blocks in my day to just do messaging. Otherwise, you will be on your phone all day long with this. Right? You'll be on your phone all day long with this. So what I did was I did my power hour between 5 and 6 in the morning. And then at my lunch break, half my lunch break, I messaged. And then in the evening after my kids went to bed, I messaged. And I got it all done that way. That makes sense? So so that's just a little tip. Otherwise you will be like all day. So let me give you guys a couple action steps. And then if you have questions, you can ask me. Here's your action steps. Thank you for hanging with me. I know I had a lot to cover tonight. I went a little overboard on my stories. All right, here we go. Go to teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started if you haven't done it already. Okay, if you're in a free trial, get your subscription set up so you don't miss a beat when it ends. Okay, Teamzy's completely free the first month. Then it's $29.99 a month after. One Shakeology sale, you've got it paid for. It's less than $1 a day. Okay. And then the second action step, I suggest you get a success partner to do the trial with you. Heather was talking about how amazing the accountability group is for your workouts. It's true for your business building too. So get a success partner or 2, groups of 3 work great, and say, hey, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable. And what I suggest you do is when you finished your dashboard for the day, take a little screenshot and message it to your team, to your success partners. Okay, because that will motivate them to get theirs done. If you do that together and hold each other accountable, you'll actually have an amazing month instead of just getting a free trial and looking at it twice, right? All right, and then I'm gonna give you last challenge, which is a 5-day challenge. I challenge you to use Teamzy 5 days in a row. And in that time, connect with 100 people. Any mix of prospects, customers, or coaches, I don't care. Just 20 people a day, average 100 people over 5 days in a row. It's gonna blow your phone up. It's gonna blow your mind. And it's going to change what you believe about your business. How many of you have been stuck before, felt like, man, nothing's happening, or I don't really know how to get things happening? Or you had someone on your team that was like, I don't really know how to get things happening. I already went through my warm market. Now what? Take the team, right? Take the Teamzy challenge for 5 days and it will change your mindset. It will overwhelm you a little bit. So you definitely take to heart those tips I just gave you on keeping your day kind of organized. But I want you to experience it. How many of you guys are going to try that, the 5-day challenge? Come on. See, once you do public accountability, you really can't get out of it. That's why I'm making you raise your hand. Damn it. Right? Okay, cool. So those are your steps. Hopefully that was really helpful. Do you guys have any questions? If so, feel free to unmute and ask away.
Eric, I think there's some comments in the chat box that people were asking. Can you see that?
I'm looking through it right now.
Okay.
When you add contacts, they go into prospects automatically. There's a little drop down when you add, when you add a big list of people, you say which group they go to, right? So when you add like your coaches, you put, these are my coaches, and it goes into coaches. Same thing with customers. And then if you're adding individually, there's a little drop down so you can assign them immediately to the right group. Make sense? So like you get a free customer from Beachbody, you add them into Teamzy customer, boom, tag them, free Beachbody person, whatever. By the way, I don't have these in Teamzy for you, but like those free people from Beachbody, I had, most of the time you only get email, right? But sometimes you get phones. I had like a series of 5 emails that I wrote. They were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so when I put them in Teamzy, it was like message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, message 5. I didn't spend a lot of time on those people, but I did get some gems. Does that make sense? But you have a system for contacting them when they come up. Okay, let's see here. Eric, you rock. That was a good question. I like that one. Just kidding. Okay, so here we go. So when we invite, are we inviting to a Facebook group, or do we have to set up challenge groups via the app? Someone asked that. Okay, so, you know, the best invitation, if you were to ask me like, what are good invites? The best invitation is to invite you to join my team as a coach, right? The next best invitation is to invite you to buy a challenge pack and join my challenge group, right? Then after that, the best invitation would be try Shakeology. Let's get you some Shakeology. Let's get you ordering some Shakeology, try Shakeology, right? So those would be like the really good quality invites that you're following up on. And honestly, to measure your business, those need to be there. But you also have in Teams, like we put free group as an invite type. So you can invite people to your free group, that at least you're engaging them more, right? And so I don't know if that answers your question, but this is the challenge that I have with my boot camp groups, which are not just Beachbody, they're all different networks, is that people invite to things that are easy, and then they're wondering why they're not getting the results. They're like, oh, I just invited everybody to my free group, which is great. You want to be inviting people to your free group, but you got to figure out how to have that conversation where you're saying, hey, would you like to join my challenge group? Would you, check it out? Would you like more information? Here's what it is. Okay. And honestly, like, I know for me with the challenge groups, I used to tell people, here's what we do in the challenge group. And the challenge group is 100% free. You just need to buy your products. And people are like, oh, wow, that's so great. Right? I mean, people are worried about the fact that they have to buy their products. I'm like, no, all the value in the challenge group is free. You just have to buy your products to get in the group. Oh, okay, cool. Does this make sense? It's just the confidence of inviting people to it. Hopefully that helps. I have my Facebook friends. How do I add my Instagram friends? So there's instructions in our help center on how to do Instagram friends. The one challenge for that is this. Because Instagram doesn't have somebody's actual name most of the time, Teamzy will think it's a new person. So what will happen if you put your whole Instagram list in is that everyone that you have on Facebook also, there'll be duplicates, because they won't know that Crazy Horse Girl 76 is actually, Julie Johnson, right? So you will have some duplicates that way. So you'll have some cleanup to do. But for people who live more on Instagram than anything else, it's helpful for them because they'll get all of their Instagram people in and they can just systematically, because it's nice. What happens is if you don't have it all in Teamzy, you're looking at your phone and you're going, who do I connect with today? And it ends up being the same 30 people instead of working through the whole list systematically. Makes sense? So hopefully that helps. Okay. Go ahead and unmute if you guys have more questions. I think I hit some of those.
Okay, I'll ask. This has been really, really helpful for me. I was a member back in the spring for like 4 months, I think, and I got really overwhelmed with it. I found that I do a lot of things with pen and paper, and then I was intending to go back later in the day, enter everything into Teamzy, and I would forget or I'd get tired, and I just didn't get it done. I know this is a consistency thing, and I gave it up because I got so far behind and so overwhelmed, and I felt like I was dropping the ball on all the things that I shouldn't have been dropping the ball on. Mm-hmm. And I wondered if there was something that I was missing to make it a more fluid ask, to flow easily. And I think that you did touch on some of those points, but I'm wondering if there's maybe anything else to help keep up with adding new people besides the people that are in your list, keeping up with your new clients that maybe weren't customers or something before, to just keep adding people in.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I'll tell you is, if you're using this like a traditional CRM where you're doing stuff and then going and logging it later, you're gonna not have fun. It's gonna be as little fun as a normal CRM is. So what this is designed to do is just let it be your guide. You turn it on and just connect with whoever's in front of you on the list and let it drive you through there. Now, of course, if I run into you at the store and we have a great conversation, I'm gonna pull out my phone and log it in Teamzy because I'm all hyped up on getting my circles and I'm like, hey, I'm one, right? I wanna log it in Teamzy. But if you're letting it drive you, at least through the power hour each day, you're going to be working that list proactively. It's going to be much easier for you. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I see people doing is they set follow-ups that aren't really follow-ups. That like I message Heather and she doesn't respond, so I put her on my follow-ups list. What am I following up on? The fact that she ignored my message? Like, she's going to come back automatically. Don't log up your follow-ups. The follow-ups are for people you've invited. Right? So put people you've sent an invite to, put them on your follow-ups list and follow up with them. Every once in a while you might, someone's like, call me tomorrow. Okay, I'll put you on my follow-ups list. But don't chunk up your follow-ups list with people that aren't really follow-ups. That's like your qualified list. Like, those are the people that are going to be closing into Success Club points at this month or next month. Right? So that's what that list is for, if that makes sense. Because I've seen people that are like, I have 600 people on my follow-ups list, and so I stopped following up. It's like, okay. I understand that emotion, but you gotta also talk yourself through it, because it's kind of like a farmer getting overwhelmed by their crop being ready to harvest, right? There's too much corn in the field. I don't know where to start, right? And so but you got to talk yourself through that. Okay, this is how we do it. This is how the business is built. But being consistent on this is so huge, right? And being able to lead your team members through it too. It's a system that they can plug into and duplicate. Does that make sense? And so you got to manage that overwhelm a little bit. That's normal to feel that overwhelm, and it's normal to fall behind. My next encouragement to you, Heidi, is that you don't have to catch up when you drop Teamzy for 3 weeks and you're like, oh my gosh, you don't have to do 3 weeks work. You just need to get in there and do a day. It's just like your workouts, right? If you're doing a workout program with Beachbody and because of life, you don't work out for an entire week, you don't try to do 7 workouts on Monday. You just restart the week, right? You do 1 workout. And so that's the way Teamzy is too. It's like, just get in there and do 1 power. Just connect with some people today. Does that make sense? And chip away at it and just give yourself some grace and say, I'm not going to be perfect at this, but if I can be a little more consistent at this, I might see some better results over time. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay, then I have a next question. Oh, go ahead.
And one more thing I can say is, saying you're sorry is a great way to start a conversation. I'm sorry that I haven't reached out. Hey, it's been forever since we reached out. I really wanted to say hi. Or sorry, I haven't connected in a while, but I wanted to reach out and say hi. It's totally fine. Your customers love it. Oh, one more thing I did want to say is, if you have customers that canceled, I don't think of anybody ever as a past customer. Everybody's a customer. So treat everybody as current and stay in touch with them, because they will come back and come back and come back and cancel and come back and cancel and come back and cancel. That's just the cycle. Okay. So that's just, you guys are selling a very hard product. It requires commitment, and people are not consistent or committed beings. That's why they need coaches. That's why you exist. Right. So they will come in and out constantly, which is fine. Does that make sense? Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Heidi.
Okay. So it's been a few months now. Should I re-download my contacts list? Will it duplicate the people that are already in there, or should I hand enter all the new people in there since I've used it?
Lord, no.
I don't want to.
Don't do hand. Hand enter it like, it's Tuesday and I added somebody new today. That's fine. But no, you can go pull all your lists again, and it will only bring the new people in. So you get your back office customers. It'll just bring the people that weren't in Teamzy before, and it'll leave everybody else in there alone. It won't duplicate people that are already in Teamzy.
Okay, perfect.
Now, one more thing too is, if you've deleted somebody in the past from Teamzy, it will never import that person again. So if I deleted you and then I want you in there, I have to add you in manually, because Teamzy would think that was annoying. If you deleted a bunch of people and then brought Facebook in and it brought them all back in again, right? But I have people going, why didn't it? Well, our records show you deleted that person. Looks like you hit the trash can button really hard that day too. Just kidding. We don't know how hard you hit it. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, I know you guys probably need to go to bed at some point. I don't know what time zones you're in. I'm on the West Coast, so for me it's easy. Shanna, you're in my West Coast area too, right? I can tell by your backdrop.
I'm in Huntington Beach.
Oh yeah, right up the road.
Yeah,
you're up north from me.
Yes, you're in San Diego, right?
Yeah, I'm down in. I'm actually in Vista, so North San Diego County.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Well, hopefully this was
Any
helpful
more
to you. I will give you guys the recording. I'll give it to you, Shanna, and Heather. I'm connected with you too. I'll send it to you too.
Okay. Wait, we got to do a quick boomerang though, so I'll tag Teamzy on it too, Eric. All right, everyone, wave really quick. Wave. All right. Well, thank you, Eric. We really appreciate your time and going through. And like I said, it is a system that has helped me so much the last couple months in my business, and getting more relationships, staying in contact with my customers and my coaches. It's really, really helped me. So I hope it helps some of you guys too.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for hopping on.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Bye.